We're at the New Orleans station. It's about 8:15. Our train does not leave until after 9. We're going to check in at the desk and then see about exploring the Magnolia Lounge, which is their version of the Metro Lounge. We're spending some time in the Magnolia Room waiting for the train. It leaves in about 45 minutes. New Orleans station was built in the late 40s, early 50s, and actually has a history that's associated with, as all things here are a little bit, with Katrina. The murals were damaged in Katrina and were restored at that time after 2005 hurricane hit. The trains here were the first transit to be able to move supplies into the city after the hurricane. And it was Hurricane Katrina that wiped out the rails, the service of the Sunset Limited all the way to Jacksonville. So that's why from here we're going north on the Crescent, because the Sunset Limited no longer goes in that direction. So the Crescent is ready to board. We're going to have to go all the way down to the end of the train to get on our coach car. New Orleans is a stub-end terminal, which means that the trains have to pull in and then pull back out in the same tracks. They don't go, it doesn't pass through the station. On the right, maybe somewhere. Oh, is it? Okay, then I guess on the left.
Going north.
It'll be east in the morning, but west in the afternoon. You're gonna get sun either way, so. With a window, yeah, that looks good. Okay. Okay. Headed out on time as the Crescent leaves New Orleans. Its final destination is New York, but we're getting off in Greensboro tomorrow morning. Riding behind the levee as we approach the bridge over Lake Pontchartrain. Rainwater from New Orleans is pumped into Lake Pontchartrain or into the Gulf because it lies below sea level. So the levees hold back the waters that would otherwise flood the city. car is not very full since we left New Orleans. We're now in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It looks like there's a number of people getting on board. We'll see how much busier it gets. Meridian, Mississippi is our last stop in Mississippi before heading into Alabama.
We had to wait for the other Amtrak train headed south to New Orleans to pass us. Then our train backed off the siding. Kathy is asking, well, why don't we go forward off of them? I think we'll find out in a minute. What you're looking at is the siding that you hold on to for the other train to be able to pass us. Might have been hard to go forward through those. Well, we're running about an hour late. We just stopped in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
So we're in Birmingham, the first chance we had to stretch our legs since 9:15 this morning, and it is now 5:15. So we are ready to get out and move around, but it's a short stop because we're late. Not a lot late, but a little late, and so they're going to make it a little shorter stop so we can get back on time.
Oh, we finally got a chance to walk up and see our engine. It's only 1 year old, from March of 23. Nice looking engine. Well, the secondary engine's a little bit older. (2001) now. Still going strong. I hope.
So the Crescent at this point does not have a dining car. It has a cafe car, 2 coach cars, and several sleepers. We are in the second of the 2 coach cars, and the difference between the 2, as best I can determine, is that the Ford coach car is for people who are getting off before Atlanta, and the back, the coach car we are in, is for people who are getting off after Atlanta. So we have people going to New York, places in Georgia and Atlanta itself, and people like us going to Greensboro. The station, the Amtrak station, is in downtown Birmingham. Obviously, if we had time, you could get off and walk right into the center of the city. sun's rising, and we're in Salisbury, North Carolina, a couple stops away from Greensboro. As we arrived in Greensboro, across the tracks from our train, we saw a painting on a wall that caused us to ask more about it. We learned that it might be from Coda's street art, a company behind many public murals in Greensboro. It wasn't, but we learned more about the company's efforts to install street art throughout the city. We made it to Greensboro on time after being over an hour late before sunset yesterday. So we're headed over to meet my sister, and unfortunately there's something going on at the station and parking's not available, so we want to try to meet her right on time. I have many memories meeting my dad here, arriving on the Southern Crescent at the then Southern Railway Station. My dad loved to ride trains. This station was the second station to serve Greensboro, replacing the original 1899 building that is a block away and still standing. That building is scheduled to be refurbished and reopened later this year as a dining and entertainment venue. This station served the city for 52 years before being sidelined in 1979. Luckily, this magnificent building was not demolished, but was restored and reopened in 2005 to serve the Crescent and Carolinian trains as it had for so many decades. It's been several years since we've been in the Greensboro station. It is one of the older stations with the decor from many years ago. And it shows the name of the train that we just got off as the Southern Crescent, which isn't its name anymore, or nor its number. We won't be reboarding our next train from Greensboro. Instead, we will be boarding from Raleigh. Get a ride over to Raleigh to take the Silver Star south.